All right. Welcome to episode 9 of The Locker Room. I'm Jalen Banks, joined with one of my lifelong friends, former teammates, Kijana Caldwell, two former college football players who just love talking all things ball. My dog, Kijana, how's it going?
Back at it again, boys. Let's get it. No, but it's going good, man. Like I said, still coaching football, man. High school's been going great. We're preparing for the season, starting up in about a month. So, hey, I can't wait to see the boys on the field for the first time.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be good.
You're lucky. I may have to come out this season and check out a game because I'm off on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Feel free. Come check us out.
I got invited out to a Colts game. I want to say the game against the Cardinals.
Okay.
So that Friday I may have to slide. But
yeah,
as far as my athletic endeavors, flag football season didn't go how we wanted it to.
I would say, did it finish up already?
We went to the semis, but
okay. You throw any picks in the semis?
No, I ain't throwing any. We didn't score enough though. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. MUNYUN alert.
MUNYUN alert.
I mean, since we last met, it's been some dudes getting paid, getting that MUNYUN.
Get paid. But show us what we got, Jay. Show us what we got.
So, I mean, I don't know how often we see this, but two players from the same team within 24 hours of each other getting deals in. Sauce Gardner, cornerback for the New York Jets, got a 4-year, $120 million extension.
Mm-hmm.
And his fellow teammate, running mate, Garrett Wilson, got a similar deal. 4 years, $130 million. Just a quick recap. Both of them were drafted in the first round in 2022. Both won Rookie of the Year on their sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. Garrett Wilson won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Sauce Gardner won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sauce Gardner is the first cornerback in NFL history to be first-team All-Pro each of his first 2 seasons. Garrett Wilson, despite a lot of the turmoil at the quarterback position, Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Tim Boyle, Tyrod Taylor, you name it. They've had a lot of guys since he's been there. Mike White for a little bit. He's eclipsed 1,000 yards each and every single season. So I think it's smart on the Jets' end. And, I mean, what are your thoughts seeing them get these deals?
Look, y'all know I am always happy when the boys get paid. So I just got to clap it up for them. Again, you already know, you got to clap it up for them. Well, look, them two in particular, those guys have been balling out for quite some time. Garrett Wilson, I believe, is a premier receiver in the league. I think he's often slept on because of the quarterback situation that they've got there. But I think it could get better right now. He's playing with a familiar guy that he played with in college now, in Justin Fields, who's been, I guess, hungry to try to get the job done. He's been with the Bears a little bit, didn't go as planned. Steelers may not have what his plan as well, but I think he's hungry now. Like I said, he's with a familiar guy in Garrett Wilson. And I think Garrett Wilson will elevate the game, and like he always has with the quarterbacks that he's had in the building. And then Ahmad on the other side of the ball, Mr. Sauce. Mm-hmm. He's the build that every guy wants at corner. The size, the length, the athleticism. That's what you're looking for in a corner right now. So it's hard not to pay a guy like that who's been getting the job done, like you said, for first 2 seasons All-Pro. Like that's unheard of. So, and quarterback, if everybody knows, quarterback's a very liquid position in the NFL. Quarterbacks can come and go. You might have a new quarterback on the team every season. So to be solidified as a top guy, getting paid for the long run, that's great. That's great to see at the cornerback position.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the two players themselves, when it comes to Sauce, everybody's kind of down on him because last year wasn't necessarily his best season, but he plays man a lot. And outside of quarterback, I think right now corner is arguably the hardest position to play in football just because of the way offenses are right now. Like the amount of things that they can do to limit, a great man corner nowadays is super difficult with all the motions, all the different route combinations. And I mean, receivers are like freaks of nature to begin with.
Yeah.
Now you throw in the creativity of offenses in the 2020s, like it's tough. And again, his first 2 seasons, he was able to go out there, be first team All-Pro. Teams had, film on him for a couple of seasons. So, they were able to pick on some of his weaknesses. But I mean, I think he's deserving of the money. As for Garrett Wilson, again, last year was the first year he had consistent quarterback play, and he eventually had to split targets with Devontae Adams, but 3 years, 1,000 yards receiving. Go ahead and pay him now. I was a little bit surprised that they got the deals. Not so much, again, that I feel like they didn't deserve it, but you have a new general manager and you have a new coaching staff.
And I think that played a part, actually. I think that played a part in why they got the deals done. But I'll let you finish up.
But just in general, sometimes new regime comes in and then they wait. They hold things off. They push things off into the future. But I think it was smart for them to get the deals done now, because the longer you wait, those price tags go up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at those positions. So
I think Aaron Glenn knew that.
Yeah. Corners, receivers, pass rushers are the highest paid players on the team outside of the quarterback. And so the longer you wait, you got to think who else is going to be coming up contract-wise, corner-wise in the near future. Like Trent McDuffie may be up pretty soon. He's an all-pro player.
Mm-hmm.
A handful of other guys have already gotten paid. Jalen Johnson, Derek Stingley, J.C. Horn, guys who we'll touch on in a sec. But, yeah, I thought it was smart for them to get these deals done now as soon as they were eligible, so you don't run into eventually what the Cowboys are going to run into with Micah Parsons, who's already played 4 seasons, who's eligible now.
And you got Myles Garrett getting a lot of money, and y'all got to try to outdo that. It's kind of tough. But I think they wanted to. Go ahead.
On top of TJ Watt, what's TJ Watt going to get?
Yeah, for sure.
Once he and the Steelers.
I forgot about that. Trey Hendrickson. What are we talking about money wise that these guys are going to sign for? Now Michael Parsons got to sign for something big. But I think in the Jets side of things, Aaron Glenn wanted to solidify a young core.
Mm-hmm.
You solidify your guys now who's been in a program for a long time, know how the Jets. No Jets atmosphere, no Jets culture. I know you, as a coach, you bring in your own culture, but you want guys that's been in the building a while, guys to look up to, respect, and not saying they're vets now. Young guys got to come in and know what to look at and be like, I know the standard. So I feel like they did that. Aaron Glenn has seen a winning team, has been a part of a winning team, and I think he knows what to do in the terms of why he signed these guys.
Yeah, and also, these are, outside of them as talents, they're great guys to build around because they have great football character. Up until this point, they've always said and done all the right things, and they don't come off as two guys that cheat the game. When I say cheat the game, they're not waiting till training camp, to get into shape. These are guys that have been in the public eye, going on podcasts, you name it, and have been lights out in terms of, how they presented things of that nature. So on top of them already being great players, they seem to be great football character guys. They come from good programs. Sauce Gardner coming from the Luke Fickell Cincinnati program.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State is Ohio State. The standard is the standard in those programs. So again, just great guys to build around. I just want to touch on the numbers a little bit. So the extension is 4 years for each of them. 120 for Sauce, 130 for Ahmad. Another reason why it was smart to get this done, because again, this is an extension. So the new money averages puts them at the top of the leagues the top of the league at their position in terms of money per year. So for Sauce, it's 30 a year. With the new 4 years, for Garrett, it's 32.5 a year. But with it being an extension, again, and they had 2 years left on their rookie deals. Last year, the deal, and then the 5th-year option. So it's really a 6-year, $120 million deal, 6-year, 130. And those averages at this point for Sauce comes out to 20 a year if you divide 120 by 6. And then for Garrett, it comes out to 21.7 when you divide the 130 by 6. So, a message to teams in the future when you're thinking about whether or not you want to pay somebody, do it as early as possible. Do it as early as possible because the price will only go up. And then 2, that money gets spread out longer as opposed to them hitting the free agency mark. If they had waited until after the 5th-year option, you would actually be paying Sauce Gardner $30 million a year.
Yeah.
Or Garrett Wilson 32.5 if you waited till after that 5th-year option. But get it done now, so now the hit isn't as big as it should be. So good on them.
Yeah. But in terms of we got the Jets. Well, we got some more MUNYUN alerts, man. What we got?
We've got Trey Smith, offensive guard for the Kansas City Chiefs. He signed a 4-year, $94 million deal, $70 million guaranteed. Now, this one clap it up for Trey. Big man get paid.
Big man get. We love to see that. This one
we kind of knew. Garrett Wilson and Sauce we didn't necessarily see coming.
Mm-hmm.
But as for Trey, we kind of saw this one coming. Once they traded Joe Tooney to the Bears,
Yep.
because both of them were coming up for free agency soon, they went with Trey because he's younger than Joe Tooney. It was like, okay, they're eventually going to get a deal done. They franchise tagged him initially before free agency hit for 23.5. He would have made this year on his franchise tag tender. And so over the course of his deal, that's what the average is 23.5. So, I mean, good on him for getting a new deal. This was a 6th-round draft pick that has started every game but one since his rookie year and has some Super Bowl rings, some All Pros. Like, he's one of the best offensive linemen in the league. Good on him for, we praised Brock Purdy a lot for being, 7th rounder. They got his deal, but I think just as much praise should be deserved and heaped upon Trey Smith, who was a 6th-rounder, who is a multi-time first-team All-Pro player and now gets a new deal. 94 over 4 years. One thing that I will say about the deal itself is he kind of took like a team bargain in a way. So the tender again this year was 23.5. Next year's tender, if he had been franchised again, it would have been like 28. So I think by him signing for a deal that just averaged out what this year's tender was, kind of let them off the hook. But I've never had $94 million sitting in front of my face to be signed over. So I'm not gonna necessarily pass judgment. I'm just saying you could have found like a middle ground since that tag. Yeah.
But you could have, but then again, he's still the highest paid guard in NFL history. So I believe so. At least he's the highest right now.
I think he's the highest on per year average. I think Robert Hunt, guard for the Panthers, he signed for $100 million last year over like 5 or 6 years. I think Trey is the highest for per year average, but we'll double. I mean, if not one, he's got to be in the top 3. So
yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's a thing where he's like you said, it's a guy that they drafted. You want to build a foundation around him. You know the standard. You know your coaching staff. Just keep your guys home. And I feel like that's, if you build through your draft and keep your guys that you've drafted who's made your team great in a sense, and those are the guys you want to sign. Like, you can always go out and get them for age, get guys that you want at certain times, but if you keep your guys home, then it's always better doing it that way. So.
And that's one of the things about the Chiefs in particular I feel like gets overlooked, is they do a great job drafting. Just in the last like 5 years, they haven't hit on all of them, but a vast majority of them they've hit on. Again, they drafted Trey Smith, who's been an All-Pro. They drafted Creed Humphrey, who's been an All-Pro. Mm-hmm. They drafted Trent McDuffie, who's been an All-Pro. L'Jarius Sneed is no longer with the team, but they drafted him. He was an All-Pro. Obviously, like Tyreek, Patrick, Travis are guys who they've drafted on the team who've been All-Pros, but just other solid players on their team, like Leo Chenal, really good linebacker for them. Yeah, Worthy's been good. Isaiah Pacheco, when healthy, has been really good. Bolton, and what's the other linebacker? Willie Gay. But like, they've hit on Brian Cook.
Another receiver. I can't even think of the receiver right now who was injured last year.
Rice.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice. It was great.
Rice has been really good. But yeah, Brian Cook has been great. Jalen Watson has been great for them. Like, they, again, I think a lot of attention, deservedly so, goes to Patrick and Travis, but Brett Veach and company, like that scouting department, has knocked it out of the park year after year, getting guys in there. Again, how many L'Jarius, Trent, Creed, Trey, all pro guys that they've drafted in the last 5 years. I'd be curious to see how many other teams have done that. Off the top of my head, I can probably think of like maybe the Cowboys.
2 Cowboys, maybe Philly now that's coming up.
Yeah, Philly
not yet, but they've got young guys that I can see doing that.
The Niners, maybe. But again,
Rams.
I'm saying like teams that have drafted all pros, like recently. The Cowboys, you have CD and Micah, but yeah, it's a short list. So I mean, good on the Chiefs for continuing to put resources into that program. I mean, it's once you start winning, it's tough to keep that roster full of talent, and they've been able to find guys at the end of rounds, whether it be the first round, the second round, and obviously with Trey deep into the draft, that are huge contributors to their team. But yeah, one more time for the NFL guys. I got that MUNYUN the past couple of days. Yeah, good for them. And then Not
One
as
more
big.
MUNYUN alert.
Yeah, not as big as a Munyon alert as these other guys, but he's still getting paid. Is Bradley Beal? He agreed to a buyout with the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are kind of revamping.
Going a different
Um,
direction.
yeah.
Going in a different direction.
They agreed to a buyout. He'll get paid um out like the remainder of his contract, but he signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Clippers. I mean, it's less about like the money itself, but more so their team. Like the West, man, continues to be brutal. I'm not saying he's what he once was, but he doesn't necessarily have to be. You've got James Harden, you've got
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal, you have Kawhi Leonard. They
Leonard,
signed
yep.
John Collins, Ivica Zubats. Like
Yeah.
they've got a squad. And then coming off the bench, you got Brooke Lopez, you got Chris Nunn, who was hooping for them last year. Like they've got a deep team. And
Yep.
one of the things that I like about their team is, God forbid anything happens to Kawhi. We know he just has like a history of injuries, unfortunately. But they've got a handful of guys now that can easily be led by James Harden and can go out there and score.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, they got. It's just still tough, like you said, coming through that West. Like you got the guys, but you just need those vets. Like I hope that Kawhi can stay healthy and lead this team to what they could be down the line in the playoffs. Like I said, regular season is wishy-washy. Like if they stay in the mix throughout the regular season and catch the playoff run with a healthy lineup, then they'd be a good team.
Yeah, I mean they went 7 with the Nuggets, who went 7 with the Thunder. Like the margins are that slim, you know. And so adding Bradley only helps them because everybody else is getting better in some capacity, some more than others, but very few teams are just kind of going through the motions.
Yep. But did you have anything else for the NBA for that contract right there, or you gonna move on to what our next topic is?
No, we can move to the next one.
All right. So I want to focus in on one contract in particular, and that is the Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner, as everybody knows him as. He is the highest paid corner in the NFL. There are some other corners that have made that list recently. Number 1 being Ahmad Gardner, number 2 being Derek Stingley Jr., and number 3 being J.C. Horn. We are going to do a one's gotta go, and I need to know why. Who you got? One gotta go. You got 3 of them.
I mean, it's not that I don't think he's a good player, but I think J.C. Horn's got to go. I understand that like Pro Bowls and All Pros are voted on and not necessarily voted on by players, but Derek Stingley and Sauce are guys who up until this point have Pro Bowls and All Pros. I think JC, when healthy, has been a really good player, but if I had to choose between who do I think is going to shut somebody down at this moment, I'm going to go with those two. And also, I feel as if they're in positions to succeed, whereas JC isn't necessarily in a position to succeed.
I guess my question is, why did they give him that money? Not saying he's not deserving of it, because he's a very, very good player. Why do you think they gave him that money? Why do you think they paid him so high?
JC?
Up front. Yeah, JC.
2 things. Well, 1, he is a really good player. 2, who are you recruiting to Carolina at this moment? Like, is anybody beating down Carolina's door to come play for them? So if you have a good player, again, if he has good football character, which it seems like he does, and you need to retain good players, why not pay him? And he's not the highest paid corner either. So you didn't reset the market with him. Yeah, I thought it was a good deal they might have like slightly overpaid at the moment, but I think you get the deal done because 1, nobody again is rolling into Carolina, and 2, he's a good player.
Yep. I guess in my terms, I also probably would go JC Horn, but I'm just in the terms of Derek Stingley and Ahmad. It's Sauce Gardner. But like JC Horn, if you know and watch his game, he's got amazing footwork, amazing ball skills, and just an all-around great corner. Yeah. Like he can play with the best of them. So unfortunately, in that group of 3, JC gotta go. But man, he's a great player. Like it's tough. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to choose at least one that's gotta go out of that 3.
Easily top 10 at the position. I wouldn't
Yeah.
I would say he's top 10
I'll
at the
put past
position.
him. Now, I guess in the terms of one gotta go, since we removed JC out the picture, we moved him out the picture out of those three. Outside of Pat Surtain, because he not the top paid, but I think he the best.
He
Outside
is.
of Pat Surtain, who are you placing into that group of three that was not in it before?
Trent McDuffie.
Ooh. Ooh.
Trent McDuffie. One of the things that we're seeing this trend, and we talked about this, like months ago now on the pod, is, the cyclical nature of the NFL. Teams are running the ball more and more. So the ability to have somebody on the perimeter that can tackle is at a premium. And Trent McDuffie can hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he is one of the few guys that can go out there, line up, and take somebody out of a game. Like his only knock is like maybe you'd want him to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, size. Yeah, size. That's what I'm thinking, size.
But again, this is another all-pro player we're talking about here. Like Trent McDuffie is really, really, really good. And I think no different than like Trey Smith and some of these other guys on the Chiefs roster, we kind of overlook them because so much attention goes towards Patrick. I mean, the Chiefs haven't been lighting up the scoreboard the last couple seasons. They've had games where, it has been a shootout, but this isn't the high-flying offense we've seen from the Chiefs in the past, past 2 seasons. So what does that tell you? That means somebody's going out there and getting stops, and he plays a huge part in that. I mean, last season, the only game that I can remember seeing him struggle was in the Super Bowl against A.J. Brown.
He might have struggled. But did you watch that game with him and Jamar going at it?
Yeah, battling.
He was out there
battling.
I was like, all right, yeah, he liked that. Because I was like, Jamar gonna get over on him at least a couple. Which it is. It's just going back and forth, though. I was like, man, they're out there putting in work.
In the Super Bowl, AJ just, that back shoulder, like that high back shoulder. Like, how many people really defending that, though?
Bro, like AJ Brown looked like he's 6'4", 230 pounds, running a 4.4. Like it just looked like he's just huge.
Yeah, like I can't fault him for giving that up a couple times in the Super Bowl. Like if I were Philly, I would have kept doing it till they stopped it. To be honest,
yeah,
I don't know why they didn't just keep doing it. Like
they got Saquon.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of pieces, but.
A lot of guys over there.
But no, I would go Trent.
Trent?
Yeah.
For me, you know what it is. That man, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson. You already know. But I think the Bears got a steal because they paid the man early. He's only getting $19 million a year.
Real quick. He also spells Jalen the right way, so that's always a bonus.
I feel it. Look, I'm like, he gets $19 million a year with these guys are upwards of 20, 26, 30 million a year. The Bears are going to steal off him right now. And I don't think he's mad at it right now. He's playing ball, playing great football. He got gypped a couple times to all pros. He's been right there, right on the borderline. But look, I think he is, like I said, outside of PS2, I think he's right in the mix of being one of the top 5 corners in the NFL. So that's my humble opinion of Jalen Johnson.
No. I don't think that's crazy. It's just, again, corners get overlooked in today's game because it's so hard to play the position these days. I mean, the days of where
there's so many factors.
I forget who I was having this conversation with, but years ago, outside receivers played on the outside. And they'd be on one side of the field the entire game. They'd be on like your ex receiver is going to be
to the boundary.
the boundary or to your quarterback's like throwing arm, And so in terms of lining up and playing corner, you could line up on the outside all day and just play man. Like that was a thing where it's almost like. Yeah, where you could line up almost like basketball, pick somebody up the entire game, and that be it. But every receiver plays inside and outside these days. Every receiver's motioning. Like now they do that hot motion to where they just roll into the route. Like the days of just simply lining up. And I remember Jared Allen talking about this. Part of the reason why he ended up just, calling it good after the 2015 season is D linemen don't play entire games now. He's like, you can't even get into like a rhythm as a pass rusher because they, every team has like rotations in terms of how, they do D linemen, or like situationally how they do D linemen. Like, okay, you guys are like, this is our third down package. Oh, this is the base, whatever it may be. And so when it comes to corners, a lot of it is the same way, where you can't really just get used to guarding this one receiver. You got to guard everybody because everybody's moving around, everybody's motioning. And I mean, kudos to offenses for becoming more versatile and making it harder. But I think for corners, it used to be a lot easier to be like, oh, this is the top five, because they would just have their one-on-one matchups, and whoever dominated their one-on-one matchups the best was your top five. But now, you kind of got to go with
even
like,
the lineman play a role in it. Like, this is how I put it in perspective is, you see how like Eagles, young corners play very good. Like, they just play very good early because of a solid defensive line. If your defensive line is getting after the quarterback, it makes your job on the back end so much easier. So like, these guys that are up there in the top whatever of the league, top 5 corners of the league, ascertain that's a good D line. Like, it helps you just gain your stats. It gives you more time to cover. It just makes you look a little bit better. So I think Trent McDuffie as one. I'm not saying he's not good outside of that, but it helps when you got Chris Jones playing defensive tackle.
George Karlaftis.
It just helps.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a factor that plays into it a little bit.
I mean, to that point, Derek Stingley, he's got Will Anderson, he's got Daniil Hunter on the edge. I mean, JC's the only one that doesn't really have that. He had Derek Brown, but Derek Brown missed a lot of last season. Yeah, I mean, Denzel Ward has Myles Garrett. Byron Murphy last year had both Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel.
With a defense that blitzes like every day.
Yeah, I mean, Sauce, they have Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, Son Reddick towards the end of the year, Quentin Williams. Yeah, pretty much.
It just helps. All it is just helps. It plays another factor in being a good corner. But like I said, I think that's enough on that one, though. One of our last topics for the NFL is we've got some rookies that are unsigned going into training camp.
Quite a few.
30 unsigned free second round draft.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
And training camp starts next weekend?
The rookies report in like 4 days. Rookies report in like 3 or 4 rookies and quarterbacks. So it's gonna be something interesting of what's going on. I think everybody's looking for that Jaden Higgins deal.
Yeah, so
he's down in history now as the first second round draft pick to have a fully guaranteed contract.
Yeah. One of the unspoken things about the NFL is that the owners are organized when it comes to how they do contracts. We've only seen one fully guaranteed contract that wasn't a drafted player, and that was Deshaun Watson. There's a reason why they don't really do this in the NFL, because all the owners are on board. Most recently, we saw reports of NFL collusion come out where the owners got caught red-handed colluding against the players' union and the players about not doing guaranteed contracts. Michael Bidwell, the owner for the Cardinals, got a text from the Chargers owner once they did the Kyler Murray deal. And the Chargers owner said to Dean Spanos, is his name, said, "Man, thank you guys for doing that deal. That's going to help us out for ours," in reference to Justin Herbert's deal. Like, thank you for not doing the fully guaranteed deal with Kyler Murray. So with all that being said, clearly the Texans did not get that memo. Like, hey, we don't do fully guaranteed contracts for second rounders.
They said we like him and we gonna keep him.
Yeah. But there's only one other second rounder that's been signed, and that's Carson Schlesinger, who's the first second rounder linebacker out of UCLA by the Browns, but he signed after Higgins. So he probably saw Higgins and was like, "Hey, Cleveland, I'm not signing unless I get a fully guaranteed deal." And so my only thing is, when it comes to the players, those second round draft picks, are we going to see them band together and not go into training camp? Like, my only thing is, like, why now? It just doesn't look good, because all y'all participated in the off-season programs. Now we get to training camp and it's like, no, I can't do this.
I'm telling you, they seen Higgins. It was like, I want that right there. The agent, it might not even be the players on every single time. The agents was like, "Hey, yo, we can get that."
Yeah.
We can get that. We just got to do it the right way.
And when it comes to the second round picks, I don't necessarily think all of them are aiming to get fully guaranteed contracts.
Mhm.
But the guys towards like the end of the round, if they can get more,
Yeah.
like for example, I want to say the last pick of the second round last year, it was like his was like 52% guaranteed, something along those lines. Basically 50% of his rookie deal guaranteed. The last pick of this year's second round, I mean, if he could get 70, like, look, I don't need the fully guaranteed like Schlesinger and Higgins and whoever else, but can I get 70, 75? I think that's what we're seeing is we might see like, more of a scale, like lesser percentage as the pick goes on. Like maybe the first 5 to 7 get fully guaranteed, then after that it's like, okay, you get 95, you get 90, so on and so forth. But there is a silver lining for the owners, at least, not so much for the players. So Quinshon Judkins, the other Browns second round draft pick who was taken within those top 5 picks in the second round, just got arrested for some off-field issues. And the reason why I mention this is since he's in a bit of a predicament, you can't be in this predicament and try to play hardball with your contract. So does he just sign for whatever just because he's already in hot water with the team in the league? Like, fine, I'll take the standard second round draft pick rookie deal. And then all the draft picks after him kind of lose leverage because he took the standard second round rookie deal for that slot. So that's the one silver lining for the teams. But those other second round draft picks, I don't blame them for not signing up until this point.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be interesting how it all plays out within these next couple of days of them showing up to camp. So it's going to be very interesting how it all plays out.
My one tidbit about the second round draft picks is, in the grand scheme of things, it's not as if it's a huge financial commitment to these second rounders, though.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more of an issue with the first rounders who all get guaranteed contracts, but the second rounders make significantly less than the first rounders. So why are we playing hardball with them? I'd be playing hardball with the first rounders because they make more.
Hey. There's a hardball one coming up. We.
Yeah, not that I'm like trying to take money away from people, because I'm not. I'm not trying to give the NFL negotiating tactics. I'm just being, as always, as objective as possible when we're talking about this type of stuff. Like, you would think they'd be on dirt with them because they're getting those top 10 picks are getting close to 50 mil in fully guaranteed money. But you want to be on dirt with pick number 47 who gets 11 over the course of 4 years? And I don't even know if it's that much. I'm just spitballing here. He may be getting like 7 over the course of 4 years. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. But in the first 2 rounds, we have 31 unsigned draft picks. I'd imagine that this is probably like a record going into training camp as far as the number of unsigned draft picks going into training camp.
Yep. And like we just talked about it, most notably, we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, but the story continues with Shamar Stewart and the Bengals.
Yeah.
He has reportedly went back to Texas A&M and been practicing with the team.
He's been working out.
Reportedly.
He's been working out. He's been at the facility working out. I don't think he's been practicing, but
he's doing something out there.
He's back at College Station working out, trying to get ready for the season. Which season that is?
Season.
Which season? I don't know, but he's getting ready for the season. But yeah, he's the final first-round draft pick that has yet to be signed. Jahdae Barron, first rounder out of Texas, not to be confused with Texas A&M. First round out of Texas, the first round draft pick by the Broncos, pick number 20, I believe it was, just signed his contract. But Shamar Stewart and the Bengals are still at an impasse. They're not coming to terms with his deal. And I feel like part of the reason why it's gotten a lot more attention than Jahdae Barron or even the second rounders is because the Bengals had a bad defense last year. That's why they drafted him. And also Trey Hendrickson is holding out because he's unhappy with his deal. And so since he's holding out, it wouldn't even be a story probably if he had signed or if Trey weren't there. But the fact that he and Trey, the guys who you assume would be your 2 starting defensive ends, both aren't with the team. And one of the things that I talked about this last time we talked about Shamar, is the total amount that you make in each draft slot is solidified. You can't negotiate more total money. So whatever he's set to make over the course of the 4 or 5 years of his rookie deal, he can't go any higher. But where they're running into issues at him and the team is when they can void his rookie deal. So we saw just a few years back in 2020, Leonard Fournette ran into an issue where he got suspended some games, and the Jaguars wanted to void the guarantees left in his contract, and they were able to do that. And that's why he eventually ended up getting released, and he went over to Tampa Bay. Shamar Stewart is in a situation where he's like, I don't want to sign that deal because God forbid something happens where I get suspended, or life happens, and now you guys are going to take away my guarantees. And as a player, as somebody who is in an industry where you do sign contracts and where you have to battle for certain language and contracts, I can't blame him for wanting to get this particular item in his contract removed. Like, if there's an inkling of a possibility for you to lose out on money, why would you take that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, does Shamar believe that he's going to get suspended or something happens where they can void the guarantees in his contract? Probably not, but live above reproach. Don't even take out that possibility altogether. So that's one of the things that I want to continue to hammer home, because people will always be like, he's being greedy, he's being selfish, blah, blah, blah. No. He can't get more money than what he's already slated for. But they can void his guarantees if he signs his contract as of today and something happens. So, for example, Quinshawn Judkins, if he were a first rounder in that slot, pick number 17, he gets into some more off-field trouble while he's under this first-round rookie contract. He gets suspended 5 games. The Bengals would have the right to exercise and void the rest of the guarantees in his rookie contract. Putting that into perspective, it's
Yeah,
dicey.
It gets a little hairy. So I understand it. Like I said, we touched on it a couple times, so I just wanted to be brief on it. But he's still unsigned, so get a little interesting.
We gotta predict here. I mean, does he sign? Does he eventually sign?
The Bengals got to make some shake. Trey, the Bengals got to make something shake. They need a defensive end at training camp.
Who shows up first, Shamar or Trey?
Trey.
You think so?
They gonna sign Trey.
No, I don't think so. I think they resolved Shamar's situation before they resolved Trey's, and this is why. The Bengals have shown that they are extremely frugal with their money, and who's going to cost more?
Yeah, Trey gonna cost that MUNYUN.
What Trey would make, say he gets the deal that he wants, what Trey would make this year may be close to the total amount that Shamar would make his entire rookie contract.
Yeah.
So I think they try to resolve the language discrepancy with Shamar first before Trey. Yeah. But when it comes to Shamar, I mean, he has options. Whether or not he's willing to take them, it's a different thing, but he has options. He hasn't signed his deal yet, so in theory he could return to Texas A&M or enter the transfer portal and go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And in the current state of college football, I think Texas A&M or another school could make it very enticing for him to go back to college. You really think a booster program, some donors couldn't scrounge up $10 million for him to come and play for a year?
We'll see.
Or
they probably could, but that's just whole situation. It just goes down a whole different rabbit hole of what happens next.
Yeah.
What is the next scenario? There's a bunch of them. We don't got to go through them, but there's a bunch of them.
I'm just saying, if he really wanted to, he could, and I don't think it's a coincidence that he's back at A&M.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to play college football this season. I'm just saying he's probably like, hey, I'll do it, just so y'all know.
Just push some buttons, let it work out.
Yeah.
But all right, well, that's enough of the NFL. I just want to touch on the NBA just briefly. Nothing too crazy going on right now. Like I said, we already talked about the Bradley Beal contract, but nothing crazy. I think everything went by in the past couple of weeks, kind of settled down a little bit. Just a couple of things we're going to touch on. One being LeBron James. Nothing major, but just rumors.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of reports the last like week or so in reference to LeBron and the Lakers. I just think there's been
I
this
don't get
report
it.
that yeah, like they've essentially like moved off LeBron and they're solely focused on life after LeBron and life with Luka. And Luka has yet to sign a new deal with them. He could, in theory, be a free agent after next season. And so LeBron, who is 40, turns 41 at the end of this year, is focused on winning a championship and winning a championship right now. And so there's been this tension, I guess you could say, as far as the priorities. But in my mind, I feel like you could do both.
Yeah, I don't get it right now. Like, why? I don't think anyone just came out and said, yeah, we're shopping LeBron. But
Yeah.
like, it is what it is, I guess.
If they were to part ways, which I don't think is going to happen, I mean, where would you want to see him go? Like,
Where?
what does a team give up to get LeBron?
Well, you got to go somewhere. He only going somewhere to win a championship. But like, at that point, do you even stay in the West? Do you go back to Cleveland? Like, like if you go back to Cleveland, you almost automatically in the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Depending on like, I mean, like even if you, what is like, say you got to give up like Darius Garland.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You give up Garland, you straight. All right.
Give up Darius Garland, Ty Jerome, some first for LeBron. East, LeBron, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen,
Lonzo, and Donovan Mitchell. It's like, all right, like you
Donovan Mitchell.
That's a starting five, bro.
I mean, who are you worried about in the East right now?
Man, I don't
Jason
know.
Tatum.
You about to say the dismantle Celtics?
Jason Tatum is out. Tyrese is out.
Out. Milwaukee.
I mean, New York.
New York. They got Jordan Clarkson.
I honestly think New York may be more of an option than Cleveland.
Than the LeBron Cleveland? No, him going to New York.
Yeah.
But who the head coach?
Mike Brown.
Oh, yeah, he did just get signed. He did.
Yeah, Mike Brown is the head coach. They have a history.
Yeah.
They, no different than Cleveland, they have pieces to give up. I mean, I'd give up Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, some first for LeBron.
They love Josh Hart. Stop playing.
I'm just, bro.
That team, you throwing stuff out there, but I know. I understand.
If you're the Knicks with the current state of the East, if it was Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, 2 first for LeBron.
But like LeBron and how many years left? Like, that's the only thing.
You get
like
LeBron,
how much are you giving up for a championship? You literally just giving it up to try to go win it for a year. If you get what I'm saying.
This may be your only chance. With the injuries right now, basically all you got to get through is Cleveland and Milwaukee to come out the East. I mean, Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Bam, the Hawks, like, you know, and I'm not trying to be disparaging of like other professional athletes, but just being realistic.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a time to make a move, it would be right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, it's up in the air. Like I said, I don't think he goes anywhere, and I don't think any deal gets done. He's going to be a Laker. They're going to find a way to sign Luka. They're going to find a way to keep Bron. And they ain't going to be trying to play in the West. I want to go win a championship.
It stands today, with LeBron, Luka, Ayton, Reeves, can they come out the West?
They got a good shot. They might be a 5 seed, but they got a good shot.
I think one of the things we have to remember is LeBron and Luka didn't play with each other a ton last year.
No, a full season with practice.
And Luka was hurt.
Yeah,
like he had that calf injury. The full off season with Luka, who when healthy, in shape, is a top 3 player in the league.
And you gain a big. That's what they wanted. They gained a big. So let's see. I think the Lakers do it. I think they keep them and just keep moving forward.
It's just with them, they could use another defender.
Yeah.
Like, especially with Luka being on the floor, like you're basically down a defender with all due respect to Luka.
With Luka being on the floor.
Like they've got to go get another defender. And is there like a diamond in the rough that's still a free agent?
You need a scrappy point guard, like a Pat Bev. Just like, a scrappy guy.
I thought the Cole Anthony signing by the Bucks was a sneaky good one. Like Cole Anthony would have been great for them.
Yeah.
Or if they would have been able to get a Davion Mitchell because he was a free agent and Miami re-signed him. Like if they were able to get him, like he's picking up full court. And yeah, I don't know. Speaking of Lakers, you want to roll into Summer League?
Yeah, Summer League. Summer League, there's some guys that's been hooping out there by the name of the Lakers. LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, has been showing up and showing out.
Look,
His
yeah,
confidence is there. His confidence is there. That's all I've been trying to tell people. He just needs to be confident. We don't need him to drop 30 a game. We just need him to be confident in his ability to hoop. And he is. He's getting there.
Now, last week, I'll admit that we might have been a tad dismissive of him versus Cooper Flag.
Oh, yeah. We was. We had him, the Marcus Cousin meme. He had Cooper like that.
Yeah, we were a tad dismissive.
This is the crazy part, though. We might have been dismissive. Coop had 10. The next game, Coop had 31. They said, all right, we're going to shut him down. But shut him down
like,
for Summer League.
We've seen
enough. Yeah, we've seen enough. Good, bro.
Yeah,
31.
Nah, I mean, hey, we were a little dismissive. Bronny came out shooting. I was like, whoa. Okay. But Bronny's been hooping. Who are some other people in the Summer League that's been hooping that you've seen?
If you don't know the name, Johnny Furphy for the Indiana Pacers.
Hey.
Hold on. Hey. I texted Ray J, was like, hey, bro, I seen that live, the dunk on Buddy from the Bulls. The meme is crazy, bro. The meme is crazy.
At this point,
I just feel bad. You feel bad for the dude.
I feel bad, bro. That was crazy.
White dude dunked on you like that, you got like, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was hard to watch for bro. I don't even know him. I was like, dang.
Look, I was like, dang, man, that's crazy. That's been hooping a little bit.
Con Knipple.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing well. Lepowski from Duke. He's going to his second year. He's been hooping. I mean, he's in his second year, but like, bro dropped 35 the other night.
Yeah.
And shot well over 50% from the field. So like,
I mean, Dylan Harper's been playing great. I think he's showing a little bit. I think VJ Edgecombe's been showing his athleticism and what they drafted him for. He's a pure athletic guy. He's a project guy. He's not going to be your most intriguing scorer. He ain't going to shoot lights out, but he can develop into something great if he just keep working. So I think he's definitely been showing his athleticism.
Yeah, I love the Summer League, man. Basketball, it's one of those sports where fortunately it's easy enough to where like anybody can just go out there and play in a way, you know? And I feel like even like sometimes like preseason football, because it's 11 people offensively, like you're trying to get on the same page, it can get real sloppy. But I think Summer League in terms of like, you know, preseason style of play or preseason like exhibition games is some of like the most entertaining like preseason type stuff that you end up seeing. So no, I've been enjoying the Summer League. I've been watching the Summer League since they were in the Orlando gym with no fans. Like I'll never forget. I thought Victor Oladipo was going to be the truth. Like he got a block.
He was.
Yeah, like
for like a year.
Well, he was he was always a good player though.
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to be like one of them. He had a block in the Summer League. Like he jumped, sent this dude shot, and hit his head on the backboard. I'm like, yo, who is this? I thought Oladipo was like Summer League had me convinced that Oladipo was going to be that dude.
This is your Summer League MVP, your Jackson Hayes.
Yeah. I mean,
he was out there dunking him.
That's G League Wilt right there. That's my nickname for him. Even going back to like watching Jabari and Andrew Wiggins
Jabari
battle out in the Summer League.
My dog, he's a hooper.
It was almost like that. Watching them do that, it was like this is going to be the two faces of the league. You know, It felt destined that those two are going to be those guys. But no, I mean definitely a lot of guys like the people that you expect to hoop have been hooping, which is always good to see. It was a little disappointed last year with like Alex Sarr not necessarily playing the best. Rashier, like they were struggling a little bit in the Summer League, but this year the guys that you expect to see.
They hooped, yeah. But I just want the fans out there, y'all remember that name, Ray Dennis. He's been hooping and going to continue to hoop. Shout out Ray J Dennis.
Honestly, even though he went to OE, I've never met him.
Oh yeah, that's my
I
dog.
know y'all, like our friend group like knows him and they're cool with him, but I've never met Ray J.
Yeah, good dude. Good dude.
I've heard a lot of stories, a lot of people like speaking highly of him, but yeah, I've never met Ray J.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He's a problem, bro. Just to be like the undrafted guy who
Yeah.
come in. Like it's just like a storyline. Undrafted guy come in, lead the G League for a minute. One of the G League top performers or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
was. He made the All G League team. Like, come on, it's just coming up. He's gonna be like that next TJ Model guy. He's gonna find his way in the league and find his little niche where he
I mean,
just out there doing what he
I'll,
can.
I always root for him because I'm like, hey, anybody from Illinois I root for by default. But he went to OE, so I root for him even more. But I
Yeah,
never met bro, so
yeah.
that's always
No.
good. Whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, that's OE baby.
No, but all right. We got through our little topics today.
Mm-hmm.
We always know how we end the show.
Yep.
Checker. Let's get it. Let's get it. Not major today, but we gotta go with the good stuff. Look, so that new NCAA, the college football game just dropped. There have been some legendary players over the years
Yeah.
of NCAA college football. I mean, they stopped the game in after 14 and they rebooted this past year, 25. But like, we're gonna talk about our top players that have been in the NCAA football games. Who you got, man? Just give me three. Give me three that you got.
Quarterback number 7 for the Fighting Illini, because
Yes,
they
sir.
didn't have names back then, but it was none other than Juice Williams. Like his speed was like 91 or something. Used to just run the speed option with him. But yeah, for my first, like, that was one of the first like dudes where I'm like, oh, bro's cold. Like I'm using him.
You gonna go back and forth? You gonna give them all?
We can go back and forth. Give me one of
Okay.
yours.
Okay. So my one is a combo one because
Okay.
it's like a combination. It is the Oregon offense in 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had
Cheating.
Mariota. You had
Cheating.
Anthony Thomas. You had some cheat codes, bro.
Cheating, bro.
Who else was? I forgot who was on that team. Who was the running back at that point? Because it wasn't Michael James, but it was.
So if this is the 2013 season, it would have been
Yeah,
Kenyon Barner.
Keon Barner. Yeah, that's who it was. Keon Barner. I was like, bro, they was out there eating, and I'm like, dude, that offense was insane.
I'll never forget watching Mariota for the first time. Like he was 6'4", so I could never like quite model my game after his, but I rocked with bro. That was like somebody I would take little things from. Sticking with NCAA 14, I have an affinity for this guy because he played for my dad's alma mater. But Jordan Lynch, QB number 6 for
Dude,
NIU.
dude used to run over people. Bro made the BCS championship or something like that, or close to it, or try. No,
They went to the Orange Bowl.
Orange. I was gonna say they was fighting for something. They was ranked,
Yeah,
and I was ranked. He was out there just leading. He was playing football like he was Cam Newton. Like
in a lot of ways,
the
yeah.
only guy out there just trucking dudes.
He had the NCAA record for most rush yards in a game by a quarterback for some time. Like he rushed for like 300 something yards one game. He rushed for 1,900 yards his senior season. I may just be biased because I love the guy. He's now a multi-time state-winning head coach at Mount Carmel High School.
Dude.
But I think if he had been coming out today doing that, I think he's still playing quarterback. But this was before they like fully embraced the mobile QB, and not just the mobile QB, but like the smaller QB. I think somebody would have been like, all right, like he's worthy. He went undrafted
Yeah.
and got signed as a running back. Like, come on, man.
Look, but in terms of the video game, dude was still insane.
Yeah.
Dude was still insane. All right. Well, my next one, I know we had touched on it when we were talking about it before, but Johnny Football.
Yeah.
Johnny Football was a menace. Like, dude, he's like a cheat code. You know how them quarterbacks like the Mike Vick, where he just run around and just make dudes miss for no reason. That's Johnny. Like he was just out there running around, making shit happen out of nowhere. He did that. I just can't be mad at it. That's Johnny Manziel.
I mean, the next like obvious one would be like Reggie Bush,
Yeah.
NCAA. But that 14 game, I think It's just the one that was out for 10 years.
Yep.
So we ended up playing it the most. But Braxton Miller on
Sure.
14,
Look,
like, bro.
he was doing cheat code stuff in real life. So I
And that 14 game was the juking and everything. I don't know why EA hasn't gone back to that fluidity.
it was fluid, but they got to take out the little backflip joint.
But like the step back, EA needs to get back to that. Now it's all stiff, like you be running into people. Like, I don't know. But yeah,
No,
I mean
but
the quarterbacks on that game were just
yeah, they were second to none. They were second to none. So my next one, I have not played the game yet, so I can't really speak on it, but I'm going off what I hear in 26. I'm hearing this man, Jeremiah Smith, is like a demon, like the best player they've seen in college football history in a video game.
They're probably doing some crazy glazing for Jeremiah Smith. And I can't blame him.
Like what they call a man child, bro. Like he's like 19 and he's ridiculous.
You want to know? So I played 24 or no 25.
Yeah,
a decent bit. KJ Jefferson, former Arkansas quarterback. Now he's at UCF, bro.
Yep.
He was a cheat code on 24. Bro's like 6'6", like 250. His speed is like an 86. I would just run like QB power, and that NCAA. I haven't played the new one, but like once you get out into the open field, you're not getting caught. And so like I would just run QB power, like the box would be loaded. If I get to the second level, bro, he would be gone. And I
These
love
games be funny.
I love the offenses now, at least on NCAA. On 25 was super realistic. Like I was really like
and everything like that. Like it's crazy.
I was really running like stuff that I did in college. Like
Yeah.
even the RPOs are sophisticated where you've got third level RPOs where like you're reading the safety.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, all right. Like Madden, do y'all not share the same building? Like what? What's going on?
They probably don't share the same building. They probably got two separately different programming departments. So, but no, they should definitely take some tidbits on how that game was played.
One thing I will say though is I don't know the ins and outs of all of video game making, but the Call of Duty headquarters is basically in Madison. It's like Plainfield to Oswego, essentially. It's like one town over. I've been in that building. I've done a story. There are so many moving pieces to like making a video game. It is insane.
Yeah, I believe it.
And the fact that they have to make a new one every single year. After I remember when I did my story at the Call of Duty headquarters, they were just like, what we showed you is just but a fraction of what we do in here. And I was in there for like 3 hours for this story. And they're like, you saw like 14 steps. There's like 100 more to get this online. I was like, okay, yeah, it's time to go. 100 more? Yeah, no, I'm good. We ain't got enough time in the day to be doing all that.
No, but since that game dropped 26, everybody, we love NCAA. I'm gonna go buy the game, really go play it, and see what it's about. I know we on the NCAA kick right now.
Who's gonna be your team?
My team? Like if I'm choosing a dynasty or like who I'm just gonna use when I'll be playing online.
Like online, who's gonna be your team?
Bro, I'm just gonna use Ohio State. I'm just gonna use. Or I'm gonna use Penn State. Like you can't go wrong with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. You can't go wrong with that.
That's Penn State would be my. I've got just like I don't know what it is. We all experience this where there's like a player we just love. We don't know why. When it comes to Drew Aller, I love dude. Like I rock with him heavy. So like
I seen him play in real life. He surprised me when I seen it in the college football. What was the game?
The Big Ten Championship.
The Big Ten Championship, yeah. I seen him play the Big Ten Championship versus Oregon. That was a game, and he was out there playing. So I'm gonna get to him.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
I ain't gonna be surprised. I've been talking up a lot. I've been talking highly of bro. So we'll see.
Yeah. But all right, that's it for episode 9.
Yes, sir.
Of the Locker Room. As always, thank you all for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. You know, we love doing this, and it makes it worth it when we get that feedback and see y'all enjoying it as well. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, boys and girls. But look, y'all know, follow us on all our socials. tune in to our YouTube channel and Spotify. We post weekly.
Mhm.
So look, just show us some love. Comment on our stuff. Like, we show appreciation to y'all just being out here. We love that our fans are actually engaged with us a little bit. So, but we're going to keep posting and keep doing our little thing on here.
Yep. As always, follow us at the Locker Room Pod. Again, that's at the Locker Room Pod. And again, as Kijana just said, comment, like, share, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all. All right, my dog.